Darklings! So today I have kind of an odd video about my perspective as my age group, what I think of teenagers, what I think of adulthood, all this kooky stuff. So at the time that I'm recording this video, I'm 24. I was born in 1993. Some landmarks that I usually think of when it comes to very specifically my age is when I graduated from high school, Instagram hadn't quite been invented yet. Very few people had smartphones when I was in high school. I didn't have regular internet usage until I was a teenager. And then, of all things, Green Day's American Idiot album came out when I was in 7th grade, so that Boulevard of Broken Dreams was everybody's theme song at the age of 13. And when I was a kid and I'd go on road trips with my family, we had a little brick TV with a screen this big, made out of glass, where we would play VHSs that would be bungee corded into the center console of our car. So it's a very particular kind of perspective that I have. And I thought about this a lot, that I don't understand teenagers. I'm not old enough to say I don't understand teenagers, but I've been out of high school for a little more than 6 years, and I don't understand teenagers. Not anymore. I can watch teenage movies that are from 2010 earlier, and I can get it, and I can understand those teenagers. But current teenage movies, teenage TV shows, I watch them and I just feel left out or confused, and I just don't get it. And with every person I've talked to that's under the age of 18, I don't understand them. I feel like I've missed something. And social media is not something that I enjoy, despite the fact that I have a social media presence and use it every day. And I still don't understand it fully. And I feel so left out and confused by a lot of the attitudes. And then I think back on me 10 years ago when I was 14. Sullen, angry, a teenager. And I think, what would 14-year-old think of me now? My perspective of what an adult was when I was a teenager is not quite what an adult is to me now. When I was 14, I was still highly, highly depressive. I just didn't think I was going to make it to college. I didn't think I would make it past high school. Like, it didn't exist. It was a black void that I would somehow just stop existing. Like, I wanted to kill myself and didn't. Like, I just wanted the void to come. Yeah, that's more personal than I usually like being in my videos. I prefer my videos to not be about me because it makes me uncomfortable. But I figured this was a perspective worth sharing. And I wonder sometimes how 14-year-old me would look at 24-year-old me. Would she be surprised? Would she be impressed? Would she be proud? Or would she just be disbelieving? Because I'm doing better than I thought I would have. Nothing's perfect, of course. There's still hiccups. Things are always slightly skewy and not exactly how you want, but things are better than I thought they were going to be when I was a teenager. My anxiety and my depression are more manageable now. I've figured out how to kind of sort of regulate them so that things are not quite so difficult and I can manage. And I don't know. High school me was someone who didn't have an open personality, didn't have close friends, mimicked a lot of people to make people think that I had a real personality because I didn't like expressing myself. I had a bad fashion sense, but there aren't really pictures of me in high school because I hated having my picture taken from the ages of 12 to 17. There's a handful around somewhere at my mom's, but I don't know. And now I'm a very different person, obviously. I like dressing up so that I look something not quite human because it's far more fun. And I'm happy. And sometimes I have to stop and make that expression out loud to myself. I'm happy, and I don't believe it, like it's still fake or it's still not real. And I still don't feel like an adult, and I wonder if I will ever feel like an adult, but I can keep trying. And I don't think that paying my bills or knowing how taxes and insurance work is what makes me feel like an adult. It's when I've cooked a meal for myself and I can sit down and enjoy it, and I can see that I have a place of my own, and it's the little moments where I'm having coffee with a friend and knowing that I'm the one paying for it with money that I earned in a car that I own, that I drove over to, and you just have 10 minutes on a weekday where I'm like, I don't have to go to class. I am making my own money and living on my own. And you know, sometimes it takes a while to get there. College me is also very different. I graduated from college a little more than 2 years ago. I went to school for illustration on the opposite side of the country, as far away from Utah as I could get in the continental United States without going to Florida. And I didn't sleep. I was constantly stressed. I worked on projects all the time. And I was experimenting with my looks, and I didn't know what I was doing either. And I still don't know what I'm doing, but I can fake it a lot better now than ever before. When I graduated from college, I didn't plan very well. I spent so much time doing homework, I didn't think about what I was going to do after I graduated. So I went back home. I lived in my mom's basement for more than a year. And the first 3 months after I graduated from college, I worked 3 jobs. I worked 70 hours a week. And I wasn't getting anywhere, and I was frustrated, and I didn't know what I wanted to do long term. And then I got the opportunity to do the tattoo apprenticeship, and I'm really, really glad that that panned out, because I love this job, and it feels a lot more fulfilling than other things that I've tried to do before. It gives me enough leeway that I can still do all the projects that I want to do on the side, and that's nice. And you know what? Sometimes it takes a while to get somewhere, and I'm glad that I've gotten somewhere in about the amount of time that I have, but it takes a long time, which sucks. Because sometimes taking that leap is really, really scary, and sometimes it's worth it, and sometimes it's not. And I had a safety net. I was living at my mom's for a while, and she was able to help me, and even if she hates the tattoos, she really hates them, she still supports me because she knows that it makes me happy. It just took her a while to get to that. It took a while. And sometimes adulthood is a very non-linear path. Anyway, I don't understand teenagers. I understand people older than I am better than I understand people my age and younger. And the things that I do for fun now are not the things that I would have thought I would do for fun. I didn't think that going to late night movies and a lot of concerts and staying home drinking wine and writing was going to be how my 20s panned out, but that's how it's panning out right now. I don't know where I'm going to be in 2 years. I don't know where I'm going to be in 6 months. I don't know where I'm going to be in 10 years. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I'm still making this shit up as I go along, like I've always been doing. But the whole point of this video is, this is my perspective on what being an adult is. It's growing, it's figuring this shit out, and it's changing who you are every step of the way until you finally get somewhere. Anyway, some food for thought. Till next time, Darklings.